Okay, let's take a look at this. This is the marathon thing, just some random pictures, but all these pictures worth the look. This guy in the back, his number equals 6. This guy here, his number equals 3. This chick here, her number equals 3. So you got 6 plus 6, that's 12. 12 is 1 plus 2, that equals 3. That's the cube. It's also 3 is Saturn on the Kabbalistic dead pillar up at the top here. This guy, just incidentally, the sum of these three, this guy's wearing a hexagon ski cap. Isn't that interesting? How wonderful that is. Okay, so what a coincidence. Here's these two dopes that won it. One in red, one in blue. There you go for your pillars. In this picture, of course, he's holding the blue up higher because that's the pillar, right? That's the one that they lean on, the blue pillar. And then we look at these two guys. 2 and 2 is 4, and 9 and 4 is 13, and 1 is 14, and 5 is 19, and that would be 20, so that would be 2. That's not relevant so much. However, this picture back here is with these two, okay? Because the blue represents Judah. Okay? You got your red and your blue. I'm going to show you. Now look here. Here it is here. So what's up with the unicorn? The blue unicorn. Same color, right, as the blue pillar I keep talking about. So what's up with this unicorn? Well, let's look from the book of Job. This is in the King James Bible. Will the unicorn be willing to serve you? Or be able or abide by your crib? Can you bind the unicorn with the band and the furrow? Or will he harrow the valleys after you? Will you trust him because of his strength is great, or will you leave your labor to him? Will you believe in him? See, that's a big word there. That he will bring home your seed and gather it to your barn. See, this is out of the book of Job. We're talking about the fallen ones, okay? Continue. The waters are hid as a stone, and the face of the deep is frozen. Can you bind the sweet influences of the Pleiades or loose the bands of Orion? Now you're getting into Saturn territory. Saturn, Orion, Arcturus. Can you bring forth Mazzaroth and his season? Or can you guide Arcturus and his sons? You know, in other words, they're saying, what can you do to stop these guys? Answer it, nothing. That's why having a personal relationship with the Creator is about all you got. Let's continue. Know you the ordinances of heaven. That means the power. Is there anything that you can do to stop it? Answer, no. Okay, then it says, which alone spreads out the heavens and treads the waves of the sea, which make Arcturus, Orion, and Pleiades the chambers of the south. Now, remember I told you what's going on in the south. Okay, what's going on in the south? The world's biggest ice cube. It's in the South Pole. It's called Operation Ice Cube. South Pole. See it? Are we getting this? South Pole? South. Do you see it? CERN is down there. This is from CERN's own newspaper. They're down there trying to dig way, way down in there because they want antimatter. Okay? So it's no coincidence that this stuff is in the Bible. Okay? There's no coincidence. That's why they're showing you the unicorn. That's why it's important they took that shot so you know who that is. One side is the lion, the other side is the unicorn. One side is Israel, the other side is Judah. Okay? That's all of this is symbolic, but it's becoming a reality in your reality. Now let's take a look at this schmuck. So now all of a sudden Israel wants to help us with this event that happened in Boston. Oh, why? Now let's make sure that we understand. Here we have the blue, the same as the pillar, right? Right? The same. is with the unicorn, okay? But what's he doing? He's pointing to his eye, and he ain't doing it for any non-specific reason. It's right here in the book of Zechariah. Woe to the idle shepherd that leaves the flock. The sword shall be in his arm, that means to wage war, and his right arm shall be his arm shall be cleaned up, and his right eye shall be utterly darkened. That's a little symbol for being the bad guys. So the Bible is telling you. So don't be fooled by the silliness. There's the blue behind him for the pillar. There he is. He's pointing to the right eye. Sometimes they have a patch. Sometimes they wear the hair over it. They always do this. Okay? It's all right there. If you know what you're looking for, the story's playing out just like it did last time. Remember the Matrix when Neo finally got to the architect? It's interesting because Saturn is the great architect, by the way. He's the big geometrical dude in our vicinity. And he told Neo, he goes, wow, you're more reactive this time than you were the other 5 times previous. So this was the 6th time he was there. See, we've gone around this many times. This isn't the first time you've been here. Me either. Okay, but I can tell you it's getting very boring. All right? So here he is. Here's the blue. Here's this. This was absolutely perpetrated by this. Don't think it came from anywhere else. This is some really occultic, dark, deep, dark shit. Okay? There's a family feud on it, and we're caught in the fucking middle. And I don't think it's fair. It sucks ass. They're trying to convince people to join a certain side through coercion and bullshit. Know what you're looking at. Be aware. It's your choice, whatever you want to do. Because they're telling you the same thing. Except what they're doing is they're trying to lead you by stories and by created chaos to pick a side. But they're not forcing you. Remember, the decision is always yours. You know, it's like a used car salesman. You know, you can always call in a mechanic, but you don't really need to. It'll be fine. Look at it. It looks great. This is your decision. You're going to have to pick a side. You can't stand neutral. Don't work that way. So, just try and understand, you know, this stuff like this isn't just by accident. Neither is this picture. See, because these guys represent the 2 sides of the arch, the 2 pillars. Because the ark, Noah's ark, is the connecting of the 2 points between Israel and Judah. Okay, one is Israel, one is Judah. One is the lion, one is the unicorn. Do you see the significance? It's just symbolic, but it represents the plan coming together. There's a reason why this stuff is in there. There's a reason why Saturn is listed in there, the Pleiades. Okay, why that guy's sitting there pointing to his right eye, and the picture was taken exactly at that moment. Because these guys know what they're doing. Know what you're doing. Learn the symbols and learn to speak their language. It can't hurt you. It can't hurt you. And you'll start finding out like guys like Alex Jones and these other guys really ain't your buddies. But they're being fair. They're giving you the opportunity to find out that they're not your buddies. Would you go buy a car without test driving it? I mean, really common sense. Would you buy a house without an inspection? Then why are you buying this house? You know, why are you buying Hell House? Because that's what you're doing. All of this. This is what they want. Right here. Victory. Remember this picture. Okay? Here it is. And when you finally confine it, you find out it's really this. See? Like I told you earlier, do you really think a jet poked a hole exploding out the back that looks exactly like the thing in the back of the dollar bill? Come on, folks. Come on. You know better than that. Like I said, you know what? The Masons are a rough bunch of dudes. Not to be fucked with. But in their own way, they're fair to an extent, because if you're smart enough to learn, goody for you. But it's up to you to do that. You know, see, the reason they use, the Masons use the lighthouse as their logo. They use the octopus too, but they use the lighthouse. Why? because they're directing how much light you get. Whereas once you learn, you should be radiating it, the light. Basically, that's what Jesus was doing. He was teaching them how to be self-sufficient. Learn to look at stuff, or you're going to keep falling prey to the royal scam. I mean, there's some supernatural shit going on here. You really think that dude that the Los Angeles Police Department was chasing, that they offered $1 million for, that Dornier guy or whatever his name is? Do you really think that the police department really put up $1 million? They're looking for that. They're looking for something because there's some supernatural shit going on, and they're trying to make up stories to cover it up. See, the other team's fighting back. See, what do you think George Bush said in that speech back in 2001, where he said, "Does the angel in the storm still direct? Does the angel in the whirlwind still direct the storm?" Well, that all goes back to Saturn. The angel in the whirlwind. I did a video on it. Okay. There's a fight going on here, and we're stuck right smack dab in the fucking middle. So pick your side. It doesn't work. You can't be in the middle. You can't do, presto changeo, deathbed repentance. We may be here because we made the wrong decision last time around. But for whatever reason, we're here. So, and I know I'm here because I'm pretty sure I fucked up last time. So just understand, now Israel wants to get involved. How nice. But I'm pretty sure it's them that caused this whole thing. But you be your own judge.